What is up, everyone, and welcome back. It looks like we have been revisited on Poser Police, as Drew Peacock has checked up on everyone. He has reviewed on his segment of Poser Police, and of course, I was one of them. So today we're going to be taking a look at that video and seeing what he has to say about what has happened in between the time he first looked at us and now. Let's get right into it. And the funny thing about me filming this video is I actually just got under state ref today.
It's no surprise to anyone, the car scene is full of posers, and I've tried my best over the last couple years to make it a better place. I'm not trying to get rid of these posers, I'm just trying to evolve them into real car enthusiasts, or just less cringy ones. And although I do have some targets in my sights, I'm gonna hold off on making a couple more Poser Police videos. I thought it'd be fun to take a look back at my Poser Police series and see what suspects we've captured throughout the years, and see if a little jail time improved their content. Now, all jokes aside, it will be very interesting to just see if they change their content, maybe not directly from me.
Alright, so now we're just going to cut to the part where he strictly talks about me. I'm not going to go over his entire video, we're just going to cut to the part right now.
Anyways, let's move on to someone more positive. That, of course, is Dylan, aka That's Frostbite. Now, if you remember, he had a V6 Mustang with a rather interesting exhaust setup.
Alright, so before we get any farther, I can't tell you how much I regret posting that video. It sounded like crap. There's no flames. It's just overall crappy video. I should have just kept that one to myself. Alright, let's get back into it.
What the hell is even that?
We had a center exit shooting up to God himself. And I don't know why God wouldn't smite him the second he heard that horrendous sounding V6, but he was granted a second chance, and boy has he improved. Now, in the initial video I made on him, he showed improvement already. Like, he was undoing his stuff, he was choosing more tasteful modifications. And
alright, so now he's gone through the page.
And that's still the case now. If we look, he's still actively working on his car, he's still actively building it. It looks way more tasteful than it did before. He's got a GT350 bumper on it. I think he might have had that before, I'm not sure. He's got a nice fitment though, a nice stance going. It's just overall like he's just making good V6 content.
Okay, so he's saying I'm making good V6 content, which I totally agree with. The whole point of my content is I want to make videos for those V6 and EcoBoost people out there. Because not everyone can get a 5.0. And a lot of people ask me, what's the purpose, if you're putting all this money into a car, like, what's the purpose of that? You can just save up and get a 5.0. But it's different. I think there's a lot of full bolt-on 5.0s, and there's quite a few upgraded turbo EcoBoosts. So by building the V6, it's doing something different. I'm not necessarily going to be the fastest one out there, or sound the best, but it's building something different, and that's the entire point of my build and my page. I just wanted to do something just a slight bit different. There is some V6 out there that are modified way more than mine. I just wanted to shed more light on it. Alright, let's get back into it.
Not a whole lot I'm going to sit here and say he can do with the V6. I definitely know he's limited, and I believe he talked about eventually Coyote swapping it. And I called him out saying that it'll never happen. I still don't think it'll happen.
Okay, so on the Coyote swap, my plan was to pro charge the car, and then eventually just Coyote swap it. Drew, if you're watching this, you're completely right about that. I'm probably not going to Coyote swap the car. I think every kid says that when they're building their car. Oh, I'm going to put this engine in it, and then put this engine in it. But looking into realistically, no, it does not make any financial sense to do that. I was going to strictly do it for the content, but the car got state refed, everything came off, everything's actually right over there, and then, oh, I need to move this back down, and then it just didn't make any sense to put all the parts back on. So right now, the car is actually stock because I'm working on getting another car. Alright, let's get back into it again.
I think realistically he will just sell it and buy a 5.0 because That makes the most sense financially. I could be wrong, however. I don't know if he mentioned that before. It's been a while since I made that video, so I could be thinking of someone completely else. However, though, yeah, no, I definitely see this as an improvement. This car, again, looks way more tasteful. You could see a lot of the exhaust and a lot of the parts that he's like installing or taking.
So he's looking at the parts right now, and yes, those are all the parts I was taking off. Those are all the ones that are sitting right here next to me. Since I actually did get the car unstate ref today, maybe I put them back on, maybe I don't. But then again, I kind of want the option of having 2 cars now. After my car got state refed, I don't want to have to deal with that again. So I'd like to have one where I can just drive and not worry about it, and then have one where it's really cool and modified and stuff, you know.
He had a Kirky seat before for no fucking reason. I think he put in his OEM seat again.
Who let me get a Kirky seat? Who let me get a Kirky seat? I never should have gotten a Kirky seat. Why did I get a Kirky seat? It's a V6 that made under 300 horsepower. Why did I have a Kirky seat? Oh my god. Yeah. Okay.
And yeah, he sold this. So this is all stuff that he was selling, I guess. Like a V6 does not need dumps. So 100% good job there. His neighbors definitely love him. Hell, they probably pitched in to get him a real exhaust system. But yeah, this is a sign that bullying sometimes can work.
The dumps did sound okay. They were really loud. They sounded okay. Even at higher RPMs, they sounded okay. Because the car was on E85, so it had that like delayed start and kind of crackle to it. But I'll let that one slide.
Work. Again, I'm not taking responsibility for this. I guarantee he was reading comments before on his videos, and that's what might have changed his mind on it. And I think also just with age, people grow up and we mature. Like,
and I definitely was, but also the main reason I took the trunk exit off is because it broke. It just broke. So I was reading comments and just ignoring them, but it broke, so that's why I took it off. And then I started growing by, in my build wise, like tastefully, once I took it off.
I really do like how my Mustang sounds, but at the same time, I love how I can close the valves of my Corvette and just be quiet and just be stealthy and just have a normal conversation in my car.
So this is my first car still, so when I got it when I was, what, 16, of course I did all the ricer mods. I blacked out the taillights. I got a Kirky seat. Why would I do that? And I just kind of threw whatever I could at it. And then as I grew up, now I'm 21, I don't necessarily want all that. I want to be able to just drive to work and not get pulled over for having boat exhaust tips on my car. So 100% it's growing up with the car.
Eventually, we all grow up. But yeah, Dylan, keep it up. Thumbs up. Good shit.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Drew. It's always a pleasure seeing myself in your videos, and thank you for taking the time to go back and look at everyone's account that was on Poser Police. I do really appreciate that. And obviously, I'm going to make a video about it, so thank you for the extra content. If you enjoyed today's video, please drop a like and comment below. Always be sure to be subscribed, and stay tuned because we should have another car coming soon. Peace out, guys.